Alright, this is for the Magic people. This is sort of impromptu. This is just on the spur of the moment here. I'm doing a deck tech late at night, but a deck tech of my red deck. I just tweaked it a couple of hours ago, and it is finished for the moment. It's not rotation proof, but I originally made it rotation proof, found out it sucked without all the other stuff in it, and I figured, well, I still can, I'm going to make it this way. There's one big thing about it that I've decided to go with just to try out. I don't think it's going to stay, but we'll see. So start with the mana base. We've got, if I count correctly, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 mountains. Nothing special there. 22 mountains. That's what I'm going with. What are we going to do? Artifacts first? We'll do artifacts first. We've got 4 shrines. Use them while you can. And 2 of the new Ring of Valkos. I tried desperately to keep 4 of these in here, but in the end I'm going with 2. When the shrines rotate out, obviously 4 rings are going in, but then we've got 2 Thunderous Wraths. The only miracle spell in this deck I really want. Yes, you can see. Let me move that. You saw my laptop, but I really want to put in Bonfire of the Damned, but I don't have it. I do not have the card, unfortunately. 2 Pillar of Flame, 2 Devil's Play, 1 Promo, and 2 Incinerate. Only 8 burn spells. You're probably thinking I'm crazy. Well, there's burn spells on the sideboard. I'm going to show that in a minute, though. This is the big part. Well, actually, I'm not going to show that part of it yet. I'm going to show the creatures. My most expensive creature is a 5-cost creature. I have 4 5-cost creatures. The rest of them all have a max mana cost of 2. 2 Zealous Conscripts. I only have 2. And I traded for these babies at my first draft. The guy wanted to trade me these for 2 Tamios. 2 Thunderball Hellkites, 1 foil, 1 regular. I think the last I checked, the foil one's like $50, and the regular one's like 25. So I think I came out ahead, but we'll see. It's probably going to drop in value like all the other big cards do, like months after they're out. 2 Fire Slingers, the last 2 goblins in this deck. 2 Stormblood Berserkers. Pretty self-explanatory as to why he's in there. 4 Stone Rights, the only Soulbond creature in this deck, but it's a 1-drop 1/1 that gives fire breathing, so I figure why not. It's a shame these cards aren't staying in standard after October, but Grim Lavamancer, 2 of those. And then I finally got my 4th one in the mail a few days ago. 4 Vexing Devil. I like 1-drop pseudo lightning bolts, don't you? That if you do not deal with them, will kill you in 5 turns if you do not have an answer, unless you take the 4 damage. And even then, it's still 4 damage for 1 mana. But this is the big thing. 6 Planeswalkers. You're probably looking at me like I'm crazy, but trust me, I'm going with this and I figure it might work. 3 Chandras, because I've pulled 1 at the draft and I traded for 2 of them. My last draft I pulled that one in the first pack. 2 Koths and a Tybalt. When Koth rotates, it'll be replaced. He will be replaced by another Chandra and another Tybalt, unless there's a red Planeswalker in Ravnica or Return to Ravnica, whatever. In which case, I will replace it with that Planeswalker and just continue to go with the 3-2-1. Only 1 Tybalt because I only have 1, but he's cheap as chips, so I could probably get another one. 2 Koth because again that's what I have, and 3 Chandra because I like her. Really, this would only really work if I had more instants of sorceries in this deck, which I only have 8. But you know, I managed to make it work just fine when I pulled her in the draft, so. But then again, that's draft, and this is constructed, but I can make it work. I've done a little bit of testing, and it is a little bit slow, but, well, it's not really slow, it's just there's a little bit of mana issues, but I'll fix those eventually. To the sideboard, and my screen goes to screensaver, there we go. And again, my camera keeps moving. 2 Pillar of Flame in the sideboard, just in case I need the extra burn. 2 Graph Digger's Cages, shuts off control, and red-green aggro for stuff like, what's the card? Green Sun Zenith. Shuts it off like a champ and shuts off Flashback, shuts off Undying. Good card. And it's a 1-drop. And I've managed to get 2 of them. Well, I've managed to get, when one gets taken out, I just go to the other one. 3 Smells. Originally, these were Ancient Grudges that were the F&M promo because they were shiny. Then I found out that Smelt does the same thing for 1 less mana, and Ancient Grudge is only really good for red-green aggro, and not mono-red because it's 1 more mana to do the same thing that Smelt does. 3 of those. I managed to gather up those 3. 2 Thunderbolts for the Delvers of the World. Kills them very nicely. For blue-white, 4 Combusts. I don't need to explain this one. And because I traded away my Slagstorms like a stupid person to Blasphemous Axe, I will be getting Slagstorms to replace these, and then when they go out, back go in the Blasphemous Axe. As far as cards I want to put in, 2 more Rings once the Shrines go out, maybe 2 Lightning Maulers, maybe 4 Somberwell Vigilantes. Searing Spears are going in for the Incinerates. Krenko's Command maybe for an extra creatures, and that's it. Maybe Flames of the Firebrand in the sideboard. I don't know. There's several things I want to put in this, but for right now I'm going with the way it is. And Reverberate's coming back. It's already back in 2013, so I'm thinking I might use that somewhere. But there you go. Impromptu deck tech at 2 in the morning. What more do you want from me?